Cannabis Talk 101, the world's #1 source for everything cannabis.
Hey, what up? And welcome to Cannabis Talk 101 with Blue and Joe Grande, the world's #1 source for everything cannabis. Thank you for checking out our show all around the world. Make sure you check out our website, cannabistalk101.com, as we have so many great articles and blogs on the site for you to enjoy. And feel free to give us a call anytime. 1-800-420-1980 is our phone number. And feel free to follow us on all social media at Cannabis Talk 101. And make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Follow my boy Blue, my brother from another mother, at the #1 Christopher Wright. And you could always catch me on the gram and all social media at Joe Grande 52. And you guys, if you ever want to turn your typical into something special, when it comes to infused products, the flavor you taste should be just as enjoyable as the feeling and the experience. I'm talking about my folks at Loran Oils. Go check out their website, LoranOils.com. They make food and everything just so much better. I don't care what you're making. Hear me now, believe me later. Today's show, I'm getting deep on this one, you guys. It's all about pain management and how dime industry has really changed my life because of their products. Now, for those who know me and have known me for a long time, I started smoking cannabis at the age of 6, and I quit smoking cannabis at the age of 26. And therefore, you know, I've been a friend of good old Bill. And I've been abstinence for a long time. So for me to tell you that dime industry has changed my life, it took a lot for me to use cannabis the way I'm using it now. I don't smoke flower. I don't smoke blunts. I don't smoke joints. But I'm going to give you my regimen because of the pain that I was in. So, you know, I just want to give you the prereq of who I am and what I'm about. And if you're a person that thinks, oh, I don't want to use this stuff that's going to get me high, I used to think that way too. And I don't want to use this stuff to get me high either. I use this stuff for a purpose, right? So for me, I have a lot of pain. And if you have any pain, maybe you might want to consider using something because, you know, I've had well, I'll just give you the rundown as I want to share this with you guys. I can think of my first injury, right? As we all get old and we all have pains, right? I mean, didn't they say getting old isn't for no wimps? I mean, we heard that as a kid. They also said other words about it, and I'd have to agree with them. But my first injury was in 6th grade. I chipped my right hip bone, hitting an easy double to right center at Powell Stadium in San Jose. Playing for the Pirates, I was pitching that game and hitting rounding first base. There goes my hip, right? So bad that the ambulance had to come. Like I couldn't move. It was crazy. And they even tagged me out. Son of a gun. Then in 8th grade, I was wrestling. I was on the wrestling team, and my boy Mike Samatua, I was a heavyweight. I was no little dude, and neither was Mike. Matter of fact, I think Mike still weighs the same now since 8th grade. And as you can see in the pictures here, Mike was no little dude. And he was losing in the wrestling match. He went to Shepherd. I went to Joseph George, and he knows I was whooping that ass. And he cheated and grabbed my ankle and pushed me. Whack. As you can see, we're still friends till this day. But he's a cheater, and you've always been a cheater, Mike. You cheated in baseball, and you cheated in wrestling. Anyway, that's another show, another resentments. It's fine. But I played football, and, you know, since I was a sophomore, I played varsity with my brother. It was cool here and this. And, you know, my brother was always tougher than me, and he was always stronger, and he was shorter than me, though. But my brother's the one that made me tough. And if it wasn't for him, you know, I don't even think I'd be as tough as I was, hands down. And then when I got the chance to play college football, there he is right there again. He was just the toughest lineman in my book. And then my boy Sonny right there, just, you know, banging. And it was no joke playing college football. And then from that, I was a bouncer. And then when I was a bouncer, as you can see from all my Usos right there too, from Mike as well that cracked my ankle. These are all my boys that I worked with. And as a security guard back then, it was a lot of fights. There was a lot of things that we did that was hard on the body. And one of my boys on that team was a guy named Adam Mapatuli. May he rest in peace. And he said, Joe, we got one more year in us. And I go, what you talking about? He was center at San Jose State. He goes, we got one more year. Come on. You got it in you. So we went and played semi-pro football, and this is us out there, right? So we're one more year of playing. And we ran into my boy, Heavy D. Oh, Heavy D was one of the best dudes ever. We was another lineman with us. And Heavy was after we played, when he was the craziest guy back then, we got in this big old fight when we were on the road. And I think wherever it was, he threw his football helmet at some referee and stuff. And now he's the manager for like Slim Thug, Baby Bash, Big Jade, Zero, Lil Keek, EMG, Santana, Scarface, and so many more. So Big Hev, love you, brother. BigHev@gmail.com if you're looking for one of those guys. Because you know he's going to handle your business. Love you, brother. But then there was 8 fights that I did in the ring. And a lot of wear and tear on the body, you know, and I did the Spartan races as I got older, thinking I could handle that. And just, you never know like how it beats you up. And then after the Spartan races and this and that, I had a hip surgery where I tore both my labrums. And now I got arthritis in my hips. And, you know, it's not easy. And as I look at the pain, I look at my ankle as Mike Sambatua heard it back then, that I finally had an ankle surgery. As you can see in these pictures, it put me out for a while. It was really hard. And this is what made me start using cannabis. Is after that ankle surgery, I couldn't handle the pain no more. And I had Mark Wasserman from the Pot Brothers at Law bring me over a bunch of liquid cannabis, this and that. And I remember taking it for the first time going, man, I need some more pain management, because the pills they gave me were pills that came with an overdose kit. And I go, okay, I'm going to keep taking pills with an overdose kit, and I'm going to do all that, or am I going to like use something else? But I had to still take those meds, and I didn't take them for a minute, and I was only using cannabis, and it wasn't enough. So I went into like convulsions damn near. So I had to take both. And then for the first time after I was coming out of the pain, and it was just so bad because they took out ligaments, they shaved my heel bones, slid my heel over and put 2 screws in my heel. It was a lot of pain. And I'm still in a lot of pain now because of the ankle, the hips, the arthritis, everything that's gone down. And now that was enough to make me use CBD for the first time. So my regimen was CBD 0.03 under the tongue. For me, sober guy, it wasn't even going to be happening. But I realized after the 1,000 interviews, if you watch Cannabis Talk 101, you know we've done 1,000 shows. Plus, so it took me a couple years to be like, I could put this under my tongue. It's not going to get me high. And it's great for your body. Like, I'm all about the medicinal factor. That's why I do the show. But for me personally, I thought it'd mess up my sobriety. And then once I started using that, I started feeling a little like, ooh, imagine I can move something and it moves a little easier. And it was anecdotal right there. I used a little more. And let me just fast forward to using something with more than 0.03. Fast forward to thinking more and more, you know, telling my sponsor, this is what I'm doing, dealing with myself. Like, it's a big deal for me to do this. And then looking at Dime products and going, wow, how are these really helping me? Going to an edible now that's a 555, and now they got these gels and these pins, and how the sativas and the indicas and the hybrids work. I'm going to explain to you how they work. Why? Because now I use them for a reason. I have phantom pains now in my right foot on the right side of the outside, where my pain used to be on the inside on the right foot. And now my right wrist hurts from I used to be so strong and tough, and now it hurts all the time. My shoulders hurt all the time. I just got a cortisone shot in my left arm because my son kicked me and it hit my watch, and now this has been numb and dead. I was so proud of him. Good job, mijo. Swear to God, at 9, you took me out. That being said, I can't even do push-ups and stuff. And when I do, my shoulders are banged out. So I can be taking pills all the time for all the pain and injuries in my body, the arthritis, the this and that. I have every reason. I have a handicap placard and all that. But you know what? I found with Dime Industries and their products, it's taken my pain level from, say, an 8 walking around at sometimes at the high 8s. I'm like, oh. I can get it down to half that, to like 4 and 5 by using these products. It's crazy because, like I just said, it wasn't my get down, and now it is. And when we come back, you guys, I'm going to tell you how and why it came to. I'm going to show you a video too of my past and even more on my pain. Like, I got this pain on the bottom right of my back of my leg that there's a rod in it all the time, like a hot rod. Then there's glass that always will hit it, heat. And it's like, if you walk around with pain like that, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're wondering how you can deal with it, well, I was doing 4 Advils every 4 hours for years, buying it at Costco. And now I'm going to dispensaries and looking at the dime products. I'm going to explain the regimen that's taking my pain level down. Does anything ever take it away? No. Maybe some heroin. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I got to be functional. And I'm going to tell you how I use these products now, and I'm functional. I'm Joe Grande. It's Cannabis Talk 101. We'll be right back after this.